Hi, and welcome to Sticks and Stones Woodcarving. I'm Kevin, and today I want to show you guys how to carve. I carve a lot of found wood. Like I said, sometimes I'll pick something out of the garbage I see. This right here is an old, I think it's a railing to a porch or a stair baluster type of thing, but big stairs, I guess. This would be a big railing or a deck baluster, I guess. My buddy had gone to an auction and he picked up a box of these. There's like 4 or 5 of them. He got them for a couple of bucks. But it was that somebody decided to sell them at the auction, I guess, or throw them away. So he thought of me, and I thank him for that. And he picked it up. So I'm going to see how it carves up. They're really neat. You could sit something on top, maybe make a plant holder out of it or something. It's kind of square on the top. Zoom out here, you can see. You know, it's just a square on the top, square on the bottom, and it's got that nice little round part to it. And I've already put a little line there where I'm going to start a hairline. So we're going to carve a face on it. I think it'll be a neat little project. So what I'm going to do is start by taking some wood out. I get my mallet. A little windy out here today, so I'm hoping it's not really going to affect you guys hearing me. I'm going to just make a wedge cut with my chisel. Just using a regular chisel here. Just have it clamped to the board with 2 clamps. I don't even know what kind of wood this is. It's pretty hard. Feels like it could be maple. I'm going to come up to that cut. I like doing different projects like this. Breaks up the monotony. And I always have different stuff in my carving store. Okay, so I'm just going to try and clear some of this wood off and kind of round them off. It's got paint and everything else on it. I'm going to round them off to the sides a little. And something like this, I definitely want to use a lot of mallet. Because this guy would wear me out trying to carve them all without my mallet. I'm trying to form my little wedge shape. Keep it high in the middle. I don't know if I can scrape that by hand or not. Get the paint off. There it goes. Now I'm down to some of the wood. I'm going to go right up under those 2 stop cuts I put up here with the chisel. Push the wood right up into that. You gotta watch when you carve some of these things, that paint, if you sand it off or something. You don't want to be breathing that, that paint dust. I'm going to clear some off down here. This has a lot of pushing on a project like this. So, but we want to get down to that carvable wood and figure out what we want to do with it. What kind of face. He should look pretty neat. I'm going to go back to my mallet here. That's wearing me out already. Clean them up after I get some of the big stuff off. Switch back and forth, take some big stuff off, and then when I get to better wood, I clean them up with a slicing action. I don't want to go too deep because I want to keep that roundness that I have naturally in this piece. It should form a really neat little face. This thing's about 2.5 feet. And it's nice and wide. There's a lot of room to work on. And the wood ain't bad underneath either. It's solid, for sure. I like pieces like this. Again, I'm trying to form a little wedge shape for my nose. And get some of that paint off. This goes to show you, you don't need to go out and buy wood. I find a lot of stuff at flea markets, things like this. I carved a bed warmer last summer that I found at a flea market. Carved a Santa on the handle, and it was really neat. Rolling pins. I like to pick my rolling pins up at flea markets. I get a lot of vintage rolling pins. Never know what kind of project you can find. If it's made of wood though, or carvable material. I know you've probably seen golf balls carved, stuff like that. You know, you can carve a lot of different things. You don't have to stick to just buying a piece of basswood and trying to make something out of it. Sometimes things like this make the more interesting carvings, that's for sure. So I tend to go for a lot of these.